Maha means great. Those great statements that endure through all generations to be contemplated upon. Tat Tvam Asi. Asi means am. Tat, that. Tvam, this. Tat Tvam Asi. This is that, and that is this. I am this. I am that. That I am. However you want to create it, these three words can be put in any order. Am. I is. So this is the amazing play that's displayed in front of us every single day, the play of this and that, the intellect that divides this from that. Beautiful quote from Krishnamurti. Observing without evaluating is the highest form of human intelligence. Observing without evaluating is the highest form of human intelligence. With the risk of being politically incorrect, just for the sake of our study, not for the sake of defining people, but what is a lower state of intelligence? You see, a lower state, someone would think, I don't know much. I don't have much information. I didn't go to higher education. I don't have a degree. I'm not a doctor. Therefore, my intelligence is low. And then on the other side, the doctor, the lawyer, the academic can say, I have a very high intelligence because filled with a lot of information. I love this. What is described as the highest intelligence is not about what you know. It's not how much information you have stuffed in your intelligence, because a highly informative mind can be a suffering heart. So what is the highest intelligence is one who has come out of suffering, come out of division, come out of conflict, and can unfold true compassion in your life, which is to have passion that is for everything. To have passion not just for those things that I want, and dispassion for those things that are other, but compassion, to have passion for all. To see life in all, to know that all are valuable as life, not as what they've accumulated in information. So what is the highest intelligence? One who has come out of suffering. How do we come out of suffering? What was the quote? Highest intelligence, observing without evaluating. Yeah. So observing without evaluating. What do we value? What is valued? When you watch the waking state consciousness, which is of this and that, subject, object, along with that has to be conflict and harmony, rag, dvesh. Laurie's here, so I'm getting into my Sanskrit terminology. What comes with it is value difference, high, low. I value this, I don't value that. I'm valued. One day your lover comes and says, Happy Valentine's Day. You feel very valued. The next day you see an email that he also sent a Valentine to someone else. Suddenly that value comes down. I'm not so valuable. So our value is being put up and put down, put up and put down, given and taken, given and taken. Without evaluation. Without the sense that you have to grade something less or more, but just can observe what is, as it is, not changing it, not controlling it, not placing your ego assessment, your ego evaluation of who you are, even to the point I know it or I don't know it. The freedom that comes from not having to be bound in, do I know or do I not know? The knowing of information is not higher knowing. knowing of oneself, knowing of the oneself has no value high and low, has no giving and taking in that knowledge. Observation free of evaluating. And we evaluate ourselves all the time. And we're putting ourselves on a scale from high to low, from knowing to not knowing, from less to more, and all the kind of divisions that are of the waking state. We're doing it all the time, unless we start becoming aware to it. I'm onto you, ego mechanism, waking state functioning. I'm onto it. And this is what the satsang and meditation give us as the greatest gift. We stop being deceived that I am my thinking. We wake up out of the trick, the deception. Because I think I am. No. I am comes before thinking. So as Pete said, I think I'm this. And for moments I think I'm that. Don't rely on thinking. Close your eyes. Meditation is the practice of knowing. Not knowing information, knowing that is pure observation. Observing without evaluating. Pure observation. Observing is not bound in the waking state function of subject-object relationship, which is the root of your rag dvesh, your liking and your disliking. You're evaluating. Your high, your low, your gain, your loss. Observe free from evaluating. Evaluations will come. Let them go. That's what they do. They rise and they fall. It will always be this. Cannot change the system, just as you cannot change the buds on the tree in the spring and the brown leaves in the autumn. In the same way, you cannot change the nature of this manifestation. The waking, rising, and falling of thoughts. Sit with knowing, being, observing, which is to say, sit with yourself. Its value is very simply pure, ever present, and free. That is its nature. It cannot be valued less or more. Cannot have less presence, more presence. Less purity, more purity. It is simply pure, meaning original. Pure before manifestation. That which is ever present cannot be taken from you, cannot be made more or less. Therefore, its value is pure. Take a few minutes of meditation, practicing, observing, free from evaluation. So the way that we think, or the way that thinking is designed, unmix it from the identification of I. The functioning of the mind is such that it values form, it values appearance, it evaluates all that remains in manifestation and gives no value to that which does not manifest. The observer, the self, the observing self. In meditation, we shift the value from evaluating things, evaluating our thoughts and our thinking that is of evaluation, and we shift the attention to value self, the presence of yourself. This is the simple shift of perspective that unfolds through meditation. What is most valuable? What you think that's influenced by the waking state duality consciousness? Or can you unfold a higher consciousness that is not of thinking, that is of being? Self-pure, self-knowing rather than what is known. Meditation is the highest value for yourself. Nothing and no one can fulfill what you can fulfill in knowing yourself. We all search for value, to be counted, to be appreciated, to be valuable, to be precious. As Devaki said, we are such beautiful, unique snowflakes. And we seek someone to say, that is beautiful. What you did is beautiful. What you think is beautiful. How you appear is beautiful. But like that snowflake, your appearance and what you have will melt, cannot be sustained. So as it melts, as it passes, as it must do, the mixture gets confused and says, my value is diminishing. Value for the self cannot be diminished even when this body melts. Even at the disappearance of this body, self does not diminish. So while we are alive and participating in this fantastic playground that we call Earth, sometimes a battlefield, but are we participating consciously, or are we seeking to be valued in that which will ultimately melt, dissolve?